ShadowCaster, for me, represents a shift. A shift from gaming I knew to gaming I would become to know. This gaming I would become to know would be a much more expansive world of freedom, intrigue and incredulity. A world brimming with atmosphere that would point my life in a new, immersive direction. Developed by Raven Software and published by Electronic Arts in 1993, ShadowCaster seems like a segment of time where the first-person shooter collided with RPG games, such as Dungeon Master on the Atari ST. Released in the window between Wolfenstein 3D and the game-changing Doom, ShadowCaster was based on id Software's follow-up to the Wolfenstein raycasting engine. This improved engine features diminished lighting, variable height texture mapped floors and ceilings, sloped floors and other atmospheric tweaks that would soon enough culminate in the Doom engine. At this stage the engine ran slower than Wolfenstein 3D, but it was perfect to capture that RPG atmosphere without catching the familiar user off guard and throwing them into a blood-soaked frenzy. Available on floppy for MS-DOS, it was possibly my first foray into 3D encapsulated worlds on my 486DX2 base unit, and although it wasn't as life-changing as Doom, the graphics were enough to capture my gaze and attention. The window size is limited, allowing for an RPG style interface and inventory, with control most suited to mouse. You play as Kirt, a human with apparent powers to shapeshift and hack up moving plants with his hand. You can morph into a giant cat, a tentacle-abundant hovering brain, a dragon, even a man made of solid stone. You'd expect Kirt to be aware of these powers, but in fact he is not. After discovering his supernatural skills thanks to his grandfather and realising he is the last of his kind, the powers of darkness are keen to take him down. After entering a portal to your homeworld, your task is to fend off these curiously styled demons by awakening your shape-shifting powers through the use of obelisks found throughout the map. There are various puzzles to complete along the way, but other than that it's an essentially a kill anything that moves style of game, which I am a-okay with. My only real gripe is that each form you collect is only really used for the next level in question. You rarely need to call upon other forms throughout the game, which detaches somewhat from the element of freedom. However, a CD-ROM release did try and correct this with the addition of levels 24 and 25, requiring clever use of the 6 forms collected on your progress. If you've never played ShadowCaster, I recommend firing up DOSBox and getting stuck in, especially if fantasy realms are your thing. It's also an intriguing part of the id Software history, and I find it fascinating noticing the progress between Wolfenstein's engine and Doom, captured in this mystical land.